Get it while it's hot. The Dude Mungus 3000.
No monkey.
What do you want from me?
A-Mungus Tip. Hey, Dude and Dudette, say what up? It's your boy Dude Mungus. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Your boy is daggum excited today because we have Groot back on the channel. I'm getting tongue-tied because I'm so excited. For you guys that do not remember, Groot is a 2020 Mt-10. And dude, I love this freaking bike, and I forget the exhaust it has on it, but I'm gonna let you guys hear it. But the purpose of this episode today, this A-Mungus tip today, is when you get a bike, and if you have the time, before you just go yeeting on the bike, just go check it out. So this bike particularly, my buddy, it's been sitting for a while. He just had a new baby, and anyone that has a new baby, you know the baby gets a lot of focus. So he just hasn't had a lot of time to ride the bike much. And he was like, yo, Mungus, can you keep the bike? Can you ride it? I haven't ridden it in a while, but he was like, please make sure you check the bike out before you go ride it. So my Mungus tip for you guys today is I don't care what bike it's on. I mean, I know we do bike swaps live while we on the scene, but if you ever have the opportunity to get a bike and keep it for a few days, one of the things you should do is just give it a once over. It's not saying anything bad about the owner or anything like that. Just like, hey, you know what, there's two wheels. If one of these wheels go out, yeah, that's bad juju. On the car, at least if one wheel go out, you still got three other wheels, so you kind of got a good chance of, you know, surviving. I got that from Opie, my guy KaylorMade. Shout out to KaylorMade that does all the tuning and stuff like that for the back. But anyway, I don't want to hold you guys long. I'm just going to do like kind of like a time lapse of just general stuff I do to double check a bike. And this is anybody's bike. So this is Groot, this is Hitman's bike, Megatron's bike, Paul's bike. Anyone who lets me keep their bike, if I keep it for more than, like, if it's more than just we swap and then we swap back at the end of the ride, if I keep it for any length, if it comes back to my house, because I'm babbling, if it comes back to my house, it's going to get this general check just to make sure everything's okay. So first, I'm going to start with my tire pressure. I am a stickler about tire pressure. So let me check the tire pressure and just see where we end up at. I have a digital gauge. You don't have to have a digital gauge, just whatever. And for me, what works best for me, you know, because I know there's, you know, race bike and there's regular bike. I am definitely in the regular bike class. I do race and dibble dabble in that, but I am definitely regular bike class. I am just going to check the tire pressure, and I run what manufacturers recommend. And on leader bikes, on most sports bikes, it's 42 in the rear, 36 up front. All right, now let's see if we can get a good reading. It wasn't giving me a reading on the tires, and I'm just like, wait, just put air in here. I don't even know what I'm getting. Okay, yeah. There we go. What's that, 41 pounds? There we go, that's 36 up front. This is all stuff I do. And also in the morning when it's time to rock and roll, I can just kind of get up and go once I get all this stuff done. Groot might have set some of this before I came and picked up the bike. So the rear is at 39, not too bad. Just gotta pump it up a little bit more. 36.42. So now I know my tires are good to go. Ain't got to worry about tires. Tires are money. At least for 2 or 3 rides, I don't have to worry about that. So next up, we're gonna go ahead and daggum tackle this chain. Now this isn't a sport bike, so it doesn't require, and it's not roll race, so it doesn't require like a tight chain. But that does seem a little loose to me, so I'm going to tighten it up. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and just clean it up just to, you know, get it clean, because I can tell that it definitely needs some attention. So let's go ahead and get to that. Well, I forget what this is called, but I got my chain cleaner. This is my 360 chain cleaner, and then there's no tool like the daggum Mo tool when you cleaning your chain, bro. This stuff just, it works great for me. So, and then also I got my handy dandy gloves here because this is about to be dirty, and trust me, man, I ain't trying to go back in the house. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I ain't trying to go back in the house smelling all like bike, and then the wifey's like, man, you better go on somewhere with that. Nah, that's just not. You just don't want to be trying to touch on the lady smelling like too much of a race bike. Like, my wife knows. We've been together 8 years. Happy anniversary, wifey. We've been together 8 years, and she knows, all right, when cuz we come back in, he gonna be a little race bike, but I ain't gonna be all race bike. I ain't gonna be all motorcycle and all car. I'm gonna try to at least have some finesse, some tack to it. So this chain definitely hasn't been cleaned in a while, and it's definitely gritty and grimy. So I just don't want all of that on me when I go back in the house. I mean, I'm taking a shower anyway, but still. Just want to get get this cleaned up. GoPro keeps cutting out, so it's deciding to be awesome. If it keeps cutting out, I'll just end up finishing this and doing a voiceover. I think it's about time for a new GoPro if this keeps happening. But you probably can already tell the difference with the chain being clean. Just that little bit I did. So we're gonna finish this up, get it lubed up, and then we'll come back, I guess, with the finished product. And it's best to do your cleaning and lubing when the chain is warm, but sometimes that's not always, you know, it's not always feasible. So you do what you can. So you're like, oh my God, Mungus, that was a lot. I wipe off the excess. Like I don't let it just sit there. I'm gonna have this bike for a while, so we'll get it in. And I cleaned the chain a little bit, and it'll get better because I'm gonna have the bike for a while, so it's just gonna get better and better. I hope you can. I think you can see it if the camera angle ain't moved. I'm just checking to make sure the clutch play is okay, checking to make sure brake actuates okay. Got the bike on, make sure I got my brake lights, you know, just double checking everything so nothing is crazy and no stupid problems arise. You try to eliminate most of this stuff if you can, but everything else checks out, seems like it's working. I'm going to visually check the brakes, visually check, you know, hoses and stuff like that, operation, safety switches, and that'll pretty much be it for my basic check to make sure the bike is done. Something I'm also going to do is I'm going to give this bike the Mickety Mick wipe down, just to make sure. You don't plan on anything happening, but God forbid if something happens, if the bike is clean, it'll be pretty easy to spot. It could be like, yo, that's spotless. Now there's an oil stain here. Something's going on in this area. It just makes it easier that way. But yeah, let me get the bike wiped down and we'll pretty much be done. And this Mungus tip is probably long, and I'm sorry it's so long, but I just wanted to take you guys through the process of how you just do a general basic check to make sure your bike is okay. But anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and get this done. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. You know who it is. It's your boy, Dude Mungus.
Belum Sakawata. Thank you for watching, dudes. Namake. Thank you for watching, dudes. Namake.